If Kamala Harris wins the 2024 presidency, then the economic depression that was meant for Donald Trump will fall to her administration. And so this is a message for you educated liberals and progressives who somehow missed what's obvious about the economy. We can't afford to be progressive anymore. Like, we printed money, right? We opened borders, flooded the census, which indirectly impacted the cost of living to rise. That's why you can't afford anything. We could not afford to fund Ukraine for your democracy. We could not afford to fund Iran either, but we are. We're spurring World War III. We can't afford to do that, but we are. So here's my point. If you want to focus and fixate on Kamala Harris's genitals and her brown skin, I hope you understand political strategy is making a fool out of you. You see, it's Donald Trump that's supposed to take all the blame for the incoming economic depression. Now that you want to support Kamala Harris at the rate that you're supporting her, that guarantees that she's going to inherit it. And that guarantees that you're going to be going through a depression as an economy together while under her administration. And she just showed you that she's incompetent. She showed you, look at her resume on the border. She showed you that her Marxist subscriptions make her incompetent. They disqualify her from being the leader of the country. And now I'll tell you Republicans and you independents something. I want you to take a fine look at a thought experiment that's just right there. If you pay attention, it's right there in front of your eyes. If you put Donald Trump in the White House, he will be on the end of coups, impeachments. He will take the blame for an economic downturn. This is all to mean that you have to ask yourself, whose administration do you want to be under as you're going through a depression? The depression is very real. It's coming. And it's going to be very scary, and it's going to expose that the same systems that we're trying to abolish and bring down right now are the same systems we're dependent upon. And so I guess in a bid to just stand on the business I stand on when it comes to national divorce, because strategically, the establishment has made a fool out of us. And we're also dealing with liberals and progressives who absolutely 100% show that they sacrifice everything for their ideology. You know, good for them, I guess. But at the end of the day, we have no business sharing a union from this moment forward. If you actually let Kamala Harris ascend to the White House and make a move to secede from the union, you have to make that your fight. You can actually make her presidency moot in your state. You can cut off the policies that travel from the White House to a state near you. You'd be safer going through a depression without Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is going to be focused on taking your guns. She's going to be focused on all the stuff that women generally are, all the feelings stuff. Meanwhile, you're going to see an age where you have to protect your resources and your food and your families and yourselves. Do you want Kamala Harris to be the chief and commander? If you do, listen up. And this is not to be vulgar, but I hope her genitalia and her melanin and her strong black queen energy gets you through the economic depression that was meant to fall on Donald Trump's lap. Congrats, you got played.